So this is the I do portion of the lesson. We have just finished reading both stories, and now we're talking about it. So what kind of intentions did each character have in both stories? Do you think the pigs all had good intentions? Right, they were just trying to live their lives, build their houses, and the wolf came in both stories, blew their houses down or sneezed their houses down and ate them. But I'm a little confused because the wolf said he was a good guy and that everyone thought he was bad because they only heard the story from the pig's perspective. Oh, you think he was just saying he was a good guy? Okay, what about the wolf makes him seem like he has bad intentions? He's kind of sneaky, right? Yeah. Okay, well, was it easy to tell that the wolf had bad intentions in the first story? Yes, I agree, because the author lets us know right away that he's not nice by what he says and what he does. Do you think it was harder to tell what the wolf's intentions were in his side of the story? I think it was harder too, because he was saying that he was innocent while still doing bad things. So at what part of the first story did you know, or what part of the second story did you know he had bad intentions? I agree. I suspected he was not nice in the beginning when I saw the ingredients for the cake in the bowl. But let's talk about the first story. When did you know that the wolf was the bad guy in the first story? I like the answer student number 1 is coming up with. Let me find that part in the book to see what he is talking about. Remember, we can always go back in the book to check and make sure our thoughts are correct and supported by evidence, meaning there are parts of the book that will help us understand its message. Okay, so he's saying he was bad because he wanted to blow the house down. It says right here, I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in, said the wolf, and he blew the house down, and the first little pig was not safe and was eaten. So, we figured out in the beginning because the wolf immediately is just saying that he wants to blow the house down, where in the second story he's kind of like, no, I just want to borrow some sugar. So, we're going to write a sentence stating the part of the story that shows the wolf has bad intentions using evidence from the book. So, how can we look for evidence again? Yes, we found it in the book. We go back into the book to look for parts of the story to help answer our questions. Our question is, what part of the first story shows that the wolf had bad intentions? So we just found out on the first page that the wolf wants to blow the house down and he wants to eat the pigs. So in our model sentence, we will write with our capital I-N the first story, comma, I can tell the wolf has bad intentions. I'm making sure I have spaces between my words. Because, okay, so in the first story, I could tell the wolf has bad intentions because he says he wants to blow down the pigs' houses and eat them. With my period at the end. So I have a full sentence, full and complete sentence here. It says, so anybody who read it can tell what I'm talking about. in the first story, so they know I'm talking about the first story, I can tell the wolf has bad intentions because here is where I put our text evidence. This is where you would want to add it. Because why? He says he wants to blow down the pigs' houses and eat them. So that's why the wolf has bad intentions. And I've stated that clearly. I have my capital letter in the first word. All of my I's are capitals. Oh, I only have one. And I have a period at the end. Okay, so when someone else reads my thoughts about the wolf, they will know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, now we're going to practice our skills of using evidence to make inferences and draw conclusions doing some fun activities.